Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports, live from the Dallas FanStream Sports studios. I am IndyCarTim, riding along with you as I do each and every show. And we have a special treat today because not only do we have PGA of America member John Gerber, we have PGA of America member John Gerber in the FanStream Sports Ohio studio live. How are you, Johnny?
That is very correct. Oh, man, listen, with the exception of I see about 8 inches of snow on the ground, we are very comfortable, cozy in this. We can't even call it new anymore. This is built in. It's beautiful. We got our golden tee machine coming in next week. I didn't mean to tell you that, but because I know you're going to get jealous. But that being said, we are getting comfortable and looking forward to continuing to do more shows in the FanStream Sports Ohio, migrating back to the beautiful Columbus, Ohio here in the next month or so. So we're going to be doing a lot of more live shows from FanStream Sports Ohio studio. Looking forward to that as the golf season starts to kind of ramp up, right? And ramping up, we got the Florida Swing coming up. Yeah. And then we'll start to work on the northern when the weather gets a little bit better here, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, we're on the West Coast right now.
We are here to talk about my second home, third home, fourth home.
Gross.
Pebble Beach.
Gross.
Pebble Beach.
Why is that your third and fourth home? I mean, I know the course is amazing. I know it's an amazing experience to go to Pebble Beach. Other than the golf experience, what in God's name does that place have to offer anybody?
Coming from the guy that probably will never play there. I mean, it's just.
Well, I don't have a passport, and according to you, I can't get out of Texas without a passport.
That's correct. That's correct, because Texas is its own country. So to get back in the United States, you got to have a passport, son. That's what you got to do.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not.
Boy.
I mean, listen, you are a person, and I know this. I love you. You're my brother. I love you, and you are the heart and soul of FanStream Sports, along with JP Peterson. But don't ever say any kind of word that is negative or just anything in your mind that's not exceptional when you talk about Pebble Beach. You just don't.
Well, I wasn't dissing Pebble Beach. I was saying other than Pebble Beach. Like, you have surrounding areas that aren't part of Pebble Beach.
Yeah, well, Pebble Beach is like a community. Like, people don't understand. Pebble Beach, there's like 6 golf courses inside the Pebble Beach. But Monterey is pretty damn good. Carmel is, fantastic. I mean, you got to love Carmel when you're one of your greatest people you love to death. Clint Eastwood was the mayor forever. So how can you say anything about Carmel? I mean,
meh.
What?
It's still part of California.
Coming from the guy that's never been there. That's meh. I mean, it's not like you're going. It's not like you're going to Grapevine, dude. It's Pebble Beach.
I'd rather go to Grapevine.
No, you would not. No, you would not. But you go ahead and say that, because then I will revoke every privilege you have, even to get in California.
Send back my golden tee machine that we don't have here yet.
Well, you got to get better in Dallas. And as much as I love Dallas, you just got to get better.
Well, I'm going to make you jealous for a second.
Oh, you got shot?
Because I just did a Jaeger shot. I've got my vodka Gatorade right here.
Is my girlfriend coming?
And I will tell you, Johnny, right now, I just went outside. I had to go to my car before I came back up here. I had to put
78 degrees, sunny.
I've been in the studio shirtless all day.
I see it.
By the way, I hope everybody got to see the JP Peterson show this morning as JP and I go live 10 a.m. I had to do a bet payoff where I sang the American national anthem live on the air. Was
that a bet? I didn't know why. I didn't hear the lead up.
Yeah, it was a bet payoff from the USA Canada women's hockey Olympic game yesterday.
Who was the bet with? JP?
It was me and JP. Yeah, I was Canada. He was USA, and USA beat Canada 5-0. It wasn't even close. So
that's why USA is the best.
And we're going to do it probably for the gold, because they'll probably meet in the gold medal game, and we'll make the same bet. And one of us. So if they win, I have to sing the U.S. national anthem. If Canada wins, he has to sing the Canadian national anthem, which he knows 3 words to.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Fun.
Yeah, I think his singing prowess is probably a lot worse than yours, which is not saying much because I heard it and I had to turn it off. And I actually accidentally I was at the gym this morning and I accidentally turned it on and then go to and people were looking at me like, what in the hell
What
is
are you
that?
listening to?
I mean, what idiot is going to sing the national anthem that way? I think he made up some words.
Yeah. So the part, and you know what, I blame the Naked Gun movie for that. Because when Enrico Palazzi's trying to sing the national anthem at the baseball game, which was really Leslie Nielsen, he can't remember the words. So at one part when it's talking about the bombs bursting in the air, he goes, and lots of bombs in the air. So now since that's the only way I know how to sing the song. So I had to change it a little bit.
Okay. Hey, listen, I will be honest with you, and I don't need to give you any accolades. You got plenty in you are who you are. The first part was actually pretty good. I didn't know you had that much range. It was, I would say it was like American Idol, but no, it wasn't. It was not.
It's not that great.
No, it wasn't. No, but it was better than I thought, which I didn't have high expectations in the first place. So take it as you want. I was trying to give you a back-end compliment.
No, and it worked. You know what? I actually appreciated that. And JP did the same thing. He was kind of shocked. And look, I didn't get to warm up. I had a shot of Jaeger, a couple of shots of Jaeger before I did it. But I didn't get a chance to warm up my voice, and everybody knows the Star Spangled Banner has a huge range.
Oh, yeah.
It is not an easy song to sing. And I'm no freaking professional, but I'd like to think that I kind of held my own a little bit.
You're a professional at a few things. Singing's not one of them.
I mean, I've been in a band before, and I was more of a bass player than I was a singer. I was a backup singer, which is fine and cool.
I forgot that.
I gave up banding to do podcasting. Is kind of what it boils down to, because I didn't have time
worked out. It's probably one of your better moves.
I think I made the right choice because they replaced me and immediately signed a record deal.
Fair.
And I wasn't asked to come back, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
Scotty doesn't know. Timmy.
We got our first comment, Johnny, of the day. It's our buddy Aviation.
What's up, Aviation?
Got her up a 10-shot lead after Thursday and only beat him by 1. Yeah, we're going to get into Scotty and Chris. What a great season Chris is having already with 2 wins on the young season. But I appreciate you placing one of our Tampa guys, man.
He's great.
Guys. He was there today when I was singing live.
I'm surprised he's able to jump on. His ears didn't break, but that's fine. Thank you.
A lot of people bowed out right before, I think.
Yeah.
When they heard that was going on, I think that was the case. So, look, it is PGA Tour season. We are back, baby. 4 tournaments in, and all 4 winners have been players currently inside the top 5 of the official world golf rankings. Of course, we started
Scottie Scheffler
with that dude, Justin Rose, Chris Gotterup twice. All have entered the winner's circle as the schedule now shifts to a run of signature events. Boo, we got to get rid of those. Beginning this week at the 2026 FanStream Sports AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Like how I threw that sponsorship in there.
That might happen. That might happen a little bit more likely than you think.
We need to kick AT&T out of there. What are they doing?
It won't be FanStream Sports /AT&T, but it could be a possibility to do. I got some connections out there to do some shows during that next week. So listen, not to not to get off the rails like we always do, not to get from Ohio to Pennsylvania off the rails, but so we got 2 more years of the signature events, what it is. I was for most people know, I was out there 2 weeks ago playing in the Pebble Beach Invitational. Right. It was usually the week before AT&T, and I haven't cleared it. I have, very blessed. Listen, in all seriousness, very blessed. I have extremely great friends, one of my greatest friends in the world. She has a little bit of pull there, tournament director. Mm-hmm. Of all of Pebble Beach, the whole Pebble Beach company. Patrick Freeman is a great friend. He has great tournaments, and it came up, right? It came up, and the accessibility that we potentially could have out there as we continue to grow in credibility is something that would be great. Yeah, that would be great, and I would like to do it more so when they get back to a regular field event and it's a bigger deal and they bring Monterey back, but we'll get back into that a little later. But that's something that's going to be a little bit more achievable than what we initially thought.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. That's great news as FanStream Sports just continues to grow and grow and grow. way beyond my wildest thoughts when we first sat down at the bar
in your garage.
Well, that for sure. Yeah. But just when you and I sat down to kind of talk about all of this stuff, I never, or at the Shark Club in Plano, I think.
Yeah.
Writing stuff down on Bev napkins that I still have, by the way. I still have Bev napkins in my desk drawer at home for our outline for our business model and everything. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Of course, this week we welcome the top 80 players on the tour via the top 50 in last season's FedEx Cup standings and then other various qualifying mechanisms. Pebble Beach and Spyglass will be the sites that test everybody. Unlike the previous versions of this Pro-Am, the signature event edition will see the event spread across 2 golf courses and 2 rounds, while the weekend action will be reserved for the pros, not named Johnny Gerber. Last season, we saw Rory make his presence known by hoisting the trophy late on Sunday, and this year it's McIlroy who makes his tour season debut at Pebble Beach as he started the year off in Dubai on the DP World Tour, as he typically does.
Yep.
He's got a new set of cavity back irons in his bag, and I don't know that he's completely happy with those results so far, but we'll see how they work on American soil for him.
New driver, new irons, a lot of question marks, right?
Yeah, a lot of question marks. And honestly, I haven't really paid a ton of attention to how he's done overseas to start the season. So we'll have all eyes for sure on Rory this weekend. Of course, it was at Pebble Beach in 2025 where the eventual Masters champion made substantial strides with his approach play, specifically his spin control and his wedges and those areas of the game. Well, I think will be tested again for Rory as he's joined by a lot of his European counterparts, such as Tommy Fleetwood and Shane Lowry.
You know it.
You know who's not going to be here because it's a signature event. I'm really sad because I wanted to put him on my card. Max Homa.
You just got to play better.
I'm already missing Max.
Max is not to the max.
No, he's not to the max. Playing to the max.
He's got to play better. He'll play good next week at Riviera, but we're not going to get into that yet. Yeah, it's not a signature event, but it's Tiger's event. He's playing. He always plays good at Riviera.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't
So
worry
I'm
about
looking
Max.
forward to that.
He's going to have a bounce back year. He's going to have a bounce back year. So don't be too worried about Max. I love the way he played the last couple of events. I like how he's swinging at it. Not to get too technical, but as an instructor, as a PGA teacher, teaching a lot of really good players. I see a lot of great signs. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. We kind of knew that. He was just so down last year. Everything went wrong. Yeah. Everything was bad. We didn't even have near the conversations and the back and forth that we did in prior years on social media.
He's grinding. He's grinding.
Yeah, he was working on some stuff. And for those of you interested, yes, we will have Johnny's picks coming up later in the show, and we're doing something different on my picks rather than having my dartboard picks. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's just the first preview show Johnny and I have done in a couple of weeks, so I wasn't able to debut it. But rather than having my dartboard picks prepared for you, I've already placed a number of names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 names on our wheel.
Okay. Oh, yes.
I have 7 names on the wheel that I pre-selected for my picks, right? Again, I do 1 winner, 1 top 10, 1 top 20. So out of these 7 names, we're going to let the wheel decide my winner, my top 10, and my top 20.
The wheel knows all. The wheel knows all.
It is known as the Wheel of Misfortune for more reasons than a couple. And it may be my misfortune as we use it this season for the picks segment. But I've got every one of these guys, all 7 of them, I have their odds written down in front of me for winner, top 10, and top 20. And I went pretty far across the board here. Yes, I've got
the real question is this. Sorry. The real question is everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
I forgot the question.
Well, that's what everybody wants to know. I do have one of the favorites, but I do have like 5 of the most lowest odd guys too. So it offsets a little bit.
The question is, do we have crossovers?
I have to look at your card again. I don't remember what you did.
Of course you don't. You don't remember anything.
You did. I have your thing. Kim Fox. No crossovers. None of my 7 names match any of your names, Johnny.
So everybody out there that's listening, which is a lot of you, because we are every week we've been profitable. It's going to be a good week, guys.
Need to put your stuff up here for later anyway.
Yeah, a good week.
I think it's going to be a good week for sure. So look, everybody's hoping to chase down Scheffler, who just missed last week. He just fell that 1 stroke shy of a playoff at Phoenix. Despite spotting the leader and the eventual winner 10 strokes in round 1, he'll make his season debut at he made a season debut here at Pebble Beach last season. He finished in the top 10. You've got guys, Justin Rose, Daniel Berger, Jordan Spieth are among the notables here in this field. Victor Hovland, Matt Fitzpatrick, Siwoo Kim, Ryan Gerard. Not related to Gil Gerard, who played Buck Rogers in one of my favorite shows.
How you pulled that one out, bro? I don't know. That was nicely done.
I love Gil Gerard.
Well, it could be. It might be his son.
No, I doubt that.
They're from Spain.
All of these guys have had pretty good starts to their season. But then you have guys on the other end of the spectrum: Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, JJ Spawn, Ludwig Oberg, and Colin Morikawa. These guys are all searching for something to start the season here to get back into form. And a couple of those names surprised the crap out of me at how they're struggling early in the season.
It's early. It is early. It is the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am at Pebble Beach Golf Links in Pebble Beach, California. The Pebble Beach course itself, par 72, 6,972 yards, $20 million purse, as we will be seeing right here with your signature events. I guess that's what it is. And Johnny, you were just there. What can you tell us about how the course looks, how the 2 courses that they're going to play this week? I don't know if you saw both courses while you were there. I did.
What are they looking like right now, and what can these guys expect to see?
Spyglass didn't get any easier. Just telling you that. I mean, it's notoriously, one of the hardest courses on the PGA Tour. It didn't get any easier. So let's break it down a little bit. Normally the rotation would be 3 golf courses last couple of years, signature events. They're only going to have it 2 more years from my understanding. And then they're going to go back to the bigger field and add a third. But, Spyglass is just so difficult. And, if you look at these 2 golf courses, you can say a little bit that they're similar in terms of grass. They're playing Poe, but they play completely different. You have to, both golf courses has the similarity of the Poe, but both golf courses, you have to be really good iron players. Spyglass is extremely long at sea level, a lot of elevation, a lot more elevation than Pebble Beach, especially when you start working your way back into the tree. So contrasting I love Spyglass. It's just too difficult for me. It's 7,100 yards at sea levels, plays 74, 75, no roll. But you're looking at, you always feel like you're hitting uphill on your iron shots going into the greens of Spyglass. Pebble doesn't really play that way. You have a couple holes on that backside, especially like 14, the par 5 that kind of works up the hill. But other than that, you don't have a lot of shots that you're hitting extremely uphill like you do at Spyglass.
Right.
You have to hit it, Pebble plays it probably 2 or 3 shots easier than Spy historically. I think you have to, you can get away with some, you don't have to hit it, super, super far at Pebble Beach. Spyglass, you have to have length. You don't have to be super, accurate. The rough wasn't very long. When we played 2 weeks ago in the Pebble Beach Invitational, you got a little bit of roll, but a little bit of roll out there is 5 yards. Looks like they're going to get some AWC. When I say AWC, adverse weather conditions, it looks like that they have that right now. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. I mean, hey, just go dig it in, because normally we get the weather and they get great weather because it's usually the week before. So, iron play is the key in my opinion. I think great putters are going to struggle the same as average putters because you're playing bumpy Poe, especially when you're playing with the amateurs. You will see early the first 2 days are going to be some really good scoring because the pin positions aren't going to be extremely difficult because you are playing with amateurs the first 2 days. So watch that. It's going to play soft. They play kind of completely different. If you can walk away from Spyglass shooting under par, and if you can sneak in this, even if you can sneak in the 60s and you have just a great round, These guys are happy shooting under par at Spy if they can get away. But and again, they're only playing Spy one day. So if you get a guy that shoots 66, 67, 68 at Spyglass, he has a massive advantage going into Pebble Beach, playing Pebble Beach 3 days.
Man, I'm excited. I'm always excited for Pebble Beach. And you know what's funny is I don't pay nearly as much attention to the Pro-Am part of it as I used to.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not a conscientious decision. To me, that was the bigger part of the weekend for me to watch on TV. Now, I don't know that I could care less to watch any of it. I'm ready for Saturday and Sunday and let the big boys play and see who wins. I don't know why that is. Bill Murray's always as entertaining as hell. You know,
he's getting worn out. Like it's not the same, right? Because you only have 80, you have 80 pros and 80 AMs as opposed to having, it used to be such a big field, 170 pros and then, your 2 amateur partners. So it used to be a massively, massively bigger field. Listen, my opinion, and we talked about this when I was out at Pebble Beach with the tournament committee, and the AT&T doesn't need to be a signature event. It just doesn't. It has enough cachet. Listen, there's no celebrity that goes out there. None, not one. No matter who you think is a big celebrity that will outshadow Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach will humble you as if you think you're someone special or a celebrity, Pebble Beach is a bigger celebrity than you are. There's no one bigger that plays in that tournament than Pebble Beach. It's just not. So that's really the cool part about it. And everyone out there, the celebrities, pros alike, feel very fortunate to be out there, and they know this. Pebble's the star. Pebble's the star.
One of these days, I'll get out there to see everything live. It's on my bucket list. I don't have really any tournaments on my bucket list anymore. Everybody knows about my Masters hopes to get out there one day as even as a member of the media. I would take that and cover that thing. But I think Pebble Beach might be the only course really that I care about.
I always tell people listen, I've been out. I'll say this. I'll start it. Very blessed. I've been out there 15 years to play in the event. Every time I go there and every time I leave, I know how fortunate I am to be out there. And there's not a place in the world that I revere more so than Pebble Beach. So like I said, even it doesn't get boring. I put it on my calendar every single year. Lucky to play when I get the invite to play in the tournament. And it's not lost on me how special it is. The only thing I say to people is you think it's really cool on TV. It hasn't when you're there in person, it's not the same. It's kind of like
pictures.
Augusta.
I'm sure don't even do it justice.
It's like Augusta a little bit, right? I mean, you don't know how big of a ballpark is, how hilly it is. Pebble's the same. You just don't. If you get some good days at Pebble Beach, it's the greatest place in the world. Yeah, it just is.
That's awesome. Let's take our first break of the show, Johnny. Let's come back on the other side. We're going to talk a little bit about the odds, the players, and some other stuff before we get into our picks to close things out here on our hour-long From the Rough Pebble Beach preview. Special thanks to those guys that make all of this possible for us, Orion Golf at oriongolf.com. They are the masters of golf facilities management. They can help you out if you own, it doesn't matter what type of golf facility you have, driving range, muni, country club, whatever. They can help you out with food and beverage, with staffing, with merchandise, with events, all of it at oriongolf.com. Head over to oriongolf.com. Let them know Tim and Johnny at From the Rough on FanStream Sports. Just let them know Johnny sent you. You don't have to say anything about Tim.
Yeah, it's best.
They might cut you a better break if you actually don't mention my name.
It's best.
That might be best. But OrionGolf.com, they'll do everything they can to help you be successful. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough, right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim, live from the FanStream Sports Studios in Dallas, joined by PGA of America member John Gerber, live from the FanStream Sports Studios in Columbus, Ohio. We are previewing this week's PGA Tour signature event, the Pebble Beach Pro-Am from Pebble Beach and Spyglass. A little bit of a different kind of a setup for them this year.
Sure.
And it's not bad. I think I already prefer the old one, though. And as you mentioned, they'll be getting back to that soon enough.
Yep.
I still can't wait for the day when they just freaking do away with signature events and tell everybody we're all friends here. Let's just all play the same tournaments every week. We don't have to separate and segregate.
Well, you know, you look at, not to dive too much in the signature events, people are kind of got accustomed to it a little bit now just because it's been going on for 3 or 4 years. But, you know, when you start, the PGA Tour is already starting to eliminate, you know, they went from 125 to 100. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So now you're eliminating another 20 guys in these signature events. I know they got the Ion, you know, Ion 5 and that's cool. But you got 20 other guys. You're eliminating some pretty damn good stories. I mean, if you look 2 or 3 years ago, I mean, like there's a great story every single year, and a guy that's been struggling. Jake Knapp was probably the next guy that you probably thought of.
Sure.
Like, if you start shorting in the fields, you're not going to have the Jake Knapp stories and the guys like that. Listen, they've earned their way. They've earned their right, even dropping it to 100, even 125. The guy that's 125 on the money list or the FedEx, he can win any week. He's good enough. He can win. Yeah. It didn't used to be that way 20 years ago, right? The guys were just struggling a card. You knew guys that were non-factors when you started a golf tournament. You do that in professional golf tournaments. You do that in any golf tournaments. You know guys who can go and who can't go. The top 125, the 125 guy on the FedEx, he can win a golf tournament any week. I have a problem with it. You're eliminate some of these really cool stories. So are they always trying to tweak it? Yeah, I appreciate that, but man, come on. If you're gonna cut it to 100 as opposed to 125, just make 100. Just get them all in. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, like what's the point here?
I mean, laces out.
Laces out.
That's right.
So let's get into some of these odds that we have here.
Besides you,
Johnny, I'm very, very odd.
I know. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and as big of a ladies' man as you are,
how did I know this was coming?
You knew it. You knew.
JP brought it up too.
Oh, he did. Okay, well, maybe
so did about 10 different listeners.
That's why me and JP are buddies, because we have the same thought process about you. How many dates do you have?
I have 3.
That's it?
I'll tell everybody what I told everybody this morning.
I didn't get to that part of the JP show, but
I have 3. I have 3 lined up.
Okay. Could I guess who they are?
You don't know. Well, you don't know any of them.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you don't know any of them.
Okay.
And I'm not going to mention who they are because most of them don't know about the other 2. So
you don't have to mention who they are, but
I have a dinner date the day before actual Valentine's Day. Then I have a brunch date with a girl the day of Valentine's Day, and then I have a date for the evening for Valentine's Day.
Okay, so listen. Since it's the 13th, which is my worst number ever, that's not really Valentine's Day date. That's just a regular date. The brunch date is not really a date because it's brunch and it's a day date, so you're just friends. So the real date is the evening. Real dates that they don't happen during the day.
Well, of course they do. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for girls.
That's called
maybe not for you, but for girls, it's a big thing. Okay, and look, I didn't ask any 3 of these girls out. None of these were my ideas.
Oh, I know they ask you. Listen,
the
that's
other
why
2. So the 2 that's the night before, and then the brunch girl, they have to know that I already have a date the night of Valentine's Day because I said I can't. I'm busy that night. So they picked either the day of or the day before. That's what they picked. So they have to know what's going on. I don't have to say it to them.
That's just a regular date then. It doesn't have to be anything special. That could be a Buffalo Wild Wings date.
I don't do that. Well, what's wrong with Buffalo Wild Wings for a regular? Might be where I'm going that night.
That's great. During the day, it's perfect.
No, at night. I'm going to name drop too. Hey, I know Johnny Gerber. Y'all got to let me eat free.
Yeah, you know that whole story. That definitely gets you out.
I think your name's on the wall at one of them there, Kenny.
Wall of shame.
So yeah, that's my deal, and
okay.
Whatever.
Well, you can watch. Well, okay. Well, I was just curious.
Watching college basketball both of those nights.
I thought 3 was low. I thought I know how you like to work.
Oh, so. Yeah, but I never do that. I don't. And I don't give 2 craps about Valentine's Day. I never have before. I never will. But the girls seem to think something. I mean, and I will throw a 4th in there if you want.
Here we go.
Because I'm supposed to meet up with this girl that I know really well from Revel, who wants my hangout. And she's like, look, I don't want to make this a Valentine's date. And we have gone out before, but she's like, I don't want to make this a date, but you want to hang out. And I said, well, yeah, I have an actual date. I said, so, it'll be after that. And, she's like, well, I'm going to close the place down. It closes at 2. So I'm not anticipating any physical activity with this one chick. So, maybe I'll have 4.
Tell her to stay home then.
I'm pretty sure I'll get lucky with the one I'm meeting for drinks at Revel because that's just how it always goes.
That's why you got 14 kids. Isn't it weird that Valentine's Day's on 14th and you have 14 kids? Is that just a coincidence, or you just think that's?
Do you realize my second wife, our anniversary was the day after Valentine's Day? We got married the day after Valentine's Day.
Wow.
February 15th.
It's trash, but okay.
No, I agree. She was trash. I took the trash out, and that's what happened.
That's just rough. I just thought the timing was trash. I wouldn't tell anything personal. I'm just saying.
Oh, it was so personal. The only thing I can thank her for is for 2 of my kids.
Yeah, you got good kids. I would all 14 of them. They're good.
It's all 6 that I know of. That 4 of them still live with me.
Yeah, there's 8 more around here.
It's probably. Look, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying I can't confirm or deny.
That's why
all
you
I'm
can't
saying.
get a passport. You're not allowed. You can't leave the
What
country.
is that? By the way, you were insinuating I have a number of children because of Valentine's Day. I still don't understand what sex and kids have to do with each other. Nobody's ever explained that to me. Why are they related?
Exactly. You know, I thought for a long time you just didn't get a passport because you just were lazy and just. Now I realize you're not allowed to get a passport because they
What
won't
does
let
that
you
have
out
to
of the
do with
country.
anything?
Well, a lot.
And I've never tried to get a passport because I've never needed a passport.
Because you know you don't like to be rejected. Say no, sir. You're not allowed to leave the country.
I
Your
get
passport is
plenty of-
declined.
Plenty of rejection in my life. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Dear sirs, to whom it may concern, may I please have a credit card? Deny, deny. See, I'm familiar with that. I need to get my 30-year-old Mercedes-Benz inspected. Deny.
Pretty sure there's been some babies put out in that Mercedes.
Yeah, it wasn't even me.
I know.
You got more experience in that car than I do.
Oh, our boy. I love him.
Hope
That's
Nancy's
been a
not
good car
listening
for a
right
long
now.
time. It's been a great car for a lot of people for a long time.
Poor Nancy.
What are you poor Nancy for? It wasn't her Mercedes.
Everybody tuning in for Golf Talk. This is our show. So
That's it.
this is what you get on From the Rough. That's why we're from the rough. We're not from the fairway.
That's right.
So your favorites this week, Johnny, these are per DraftKings Sportsbook. Of course, the favorite, as he will be every single tournament that he decides to play in this week or this year. The one, the only.
Scottie Scheffler.
At 5-2 odds. Zero money there. If you want bragging rights, go for it. That's about all you're worth right there.
Yeah,
Scottie Scheffler.
Pass.
A little bit better, but still not a surprise to be up near the top at 13-1 is one Rory McIlroy making his season debut on the PGA Tour this week. Look, and on a golf course that tempts players to kind of club down, McIlroy sort of overpowered all of that back in 2025 last year. He showed kind of a different layer of skill, I thought, last year with his wedges and his putting all through the weekend. He comes into this year's defense of his title having experienced pretty good form overseas, but there are questions, I think, surrounding his iron play, especially concerning concerning the new sticks that he's using.
Yeah, driver for sure. I mean, you know, they're just there's some uncertainties, right? And the lines that he took, and I can go through some of the lines that he took last year was preposterous. Like you can't really tell, but you're going into something that he might take listen. These guys get it dialed in pretty early, but I just think there's just a little bit of uncertainty. I think Rory was on a mission last year, practicing really hard, prepping for Augusta, right? I think he motivationally, I think he was a little bit better going into it. He knew his schedule. I think this was, I never really think this is a great golf course for Rory.
No, although he's got to win.
I'm not, obviously last year he won, but it's just, I just never think it's a great golf course for him. But, obviously prove me wrong, but I don't see Rory to be a guy that's a multi winner of AT&T. I just don't see it.
And I'm with that fall off he had at the end of last season. I halfway understand it, but I still have questions about it.
Also look at it like this. Sorry, but after these 2 years, he probably won't play when it goes back to a regular event, right? And because that's not really his style. I mean, he plays in the Dunhill, he plays in some Pro-Ams, but he usually plays with his dad. So I just think that if it wasn't a signature event the last few years, Rory McIlroy wouldn't be playing.
26-1, Tommy Fleetwood shut out from the top 20 in 3 previous trips to Pebble Beach. He's coming in this year without a win in the Middle East. He's playing out of his home in Dubai over the first 2 tournaments. Look, and he hasn't been great. He's been playing pretty loose. By the way, his clothing has been pretty loose. I don't even seen what he's been wearing lately. Not sure it's a good look or if he needs to bring that over to the States. I'm sure he will. We'll see Thursday. We'll see tomorrow. But his iron play this year has had its moments. His putter has had its moments. But, through 8 somewhat competitive rounds, I guess we still have questions about that. Of course, he's hoping to recapture his form from the end of last season where he got 2 victories in that short spurt. But I don't know what's on pace for him this year.
It's a great golf course for him. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little quirky, and that's kind of what he is. When it comes to that, I think that. Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. There's a reason why the Europeans play so well here. The weather can get spotty. They're used to playing in trash weather, playing the DP World Tour. I think that, the success of Justin Rose and Shane Lowry and Guy Rory and the Europeans have always had some really good success here. A lot of it has, the weather and the grass itself, putting on Poe. These guys see a lot of that, where they grew up in the England area. We see a lot of that in the Midwest. So it's not a surprise that the European guys play well here.
26-1 also up there with Tommy Fleetwood. Siwoo Kim, your guy, Siwoo Kim. You're really big on him, as you were kind of last year. This year, you've got high hopes for Siwoo Kim this year, don't you?
He's got when you covering the PGA Tour, going to events when we started last year, covering 5 or 6, we'll do a lot more this year. You walk down the range and you just hear sounds that are a little bit different from guys. I mean, they're all really good, but there's just a handful of guys that the sound is different, and he's one of them. And especially with his iron play, can get a little. Obviously, his putter can really, let him down at some point. But I think this week with the Poe greens, a lot of these guys are going to struggle. So it may be a little bit of an equalizer for Siwoo. And I think the key to this golf course is iron play.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of guys right now playing better golf than he is right now.
No.
He's got 4 straight top 11 finishes, including podium at Farmers and Phoenix. He's had a little bit of success in recent years at Pebble Beach with a T14 and a solo 12th in his last 2 trips. So, another good week here is certainly in the cards for him.
If he can stay out of Roy's at Spanish Bay, and he's a big sushi guy. If he can stay out of Roy's at Spanish Bay, he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, the only issue I think he's had along with his sushi consumption is his putter. I think his putter's let him down a little bit this year, but we'll see where Siwoo Kim is. 27-1, Xander Schauffele. Look, I'm not ready to quite push that alarm button yet on him, but my hand might be on it in anticipation. Man, he snuck through the weekend in Scottsdale. He had a nice final round 65. It put a little bit of the concerns away, I think, for a little bit, but not all of them. I mean, through 2 tournaments, he's just been not great, after being one of the most consistent players on the tour last year. In 2 starts at AT&T Pebble Beach, he's had a T66 and a T54. So this is not the place for him to come out of his funk.
Yeah, well, especially you would think this is actually a really good golf course for him growing up in San Diego, putting on Poe greens. But Xander's issues, look, I think he had a lot of fun in this offseason because he looks heavier. I mean, he's a smaller guy anyway, so I think his offseason he kind of really enjoyed a little bit. Well, so good for him. So I don't think he's in the greatest shape in terms of golf shape, but also he's going through the same stuff that Rory is, changing equipment. Self-admittingly say, listen, I'm going through some equipment changes, trying to figure out, and you can certainly, that's very evident of that. His ball striking is normally not what we like, what we see from Xander. So again, that's, I think those 2 things come. He had some fun in the offseason. You can tell by his body. Right. And so, combine that with equipment changes, things like that. It's kind of the polar opposite. This is a great golf course for Xander. He likes to move the ball in different ways. So he's very creative. This is what you have to have at Pebble Beach and Spyglass. So his lack of success is like, it surprises me when it comes to Pebble.
Aviation's back in the chat. He says Siwoo has all the game when his putter is rolling. When it gets to his mentals, that's questions me to put money on him. Yeah, I mean, I think the putter is the only thing really that's let him down this year. We just mentioned that Aviation, but
his mental game's fine. But trust me, his mental he's not worried about. He's a player's champion. Like, you got to be mentally strong to play Pete Dye golf course. That's not it. Again, it's more of it's 100% predicated on his putter. But again, going back to that, everybody's going to struggle on these Poe greens. They are. It doesn't matter. You could Denny McCarthy, the best putter in the world, is going to struggle on these greens. So that may equalize him in terms of, he knows he's going to struggle. So maybe everybody else in the field is going to struggle too.
28-1, we've got Victor Hovland per DraftKings, Maverick McNeely at 29-1, also at 29-1. A guy that I've got big hopes for this season, and that is Justin Rose. He showed off some new speed at Torrey Pines, and I think this is another golf course that plays right into his hands, maybe in a different sort of way, but he's gone T3 and T11 with a win in his last 3 appearances in this tournament. He's quietly got 2 wins across his last 5 starts on the PGA Tour going back to last summer.
Yeah, past champion.
Big thoughts for, yeah,
past champion. And again, it just goes back to, Torrey and Pebble, they play very similar when it comes to the grasses and things like that, the Poe Green. So, yeah, like I said, no surprise that JR is one of the favorites, and it won't be surprising if he plays well. I just think that there's other people in the field that I think that are due when it comes to winning at Pebble.
Rounding things out at 31-1, Cameron Young and Russell Henley. One of those guys might be on our wheel spin card-ish situation coming up. Speaking of the cards, Johnny's winning picks and my wheel spin picks, that's all coming up, Johnny, but we got to take our last break of the show. We'll come back on the other side, and we will get into said picks. We will spin the wheel. I've got it all set up, and it's going to be on camera right here. You guys will see the picks. You'll see the spin, and then I'll discuss what the odds are for that person in that place where I spin for him. And I'm even going to let Johnny pick the place.
Okay.
So it's not even going to be me. He's going to say, okay, this spin is the winner, or this spin is your top 10, or this spin is your top 20, so that there's no funny business going on. Everybody knows it's up on it's all legit here. And we'll do all of that. It's an exciting new feature of From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey, folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way,
We make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough. It's FanStream Sports. I'm Tim. That's Johnny as we wrap things up on your preview Wednesday for the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
The FanStream Sports AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
I like that better. Yeah.
The Orion Golf FanStream Sports.
They would like that even better.
Pebble
Yes.
Beach Pro-Am.
Love it.
One of these days, man. One of these days.
Yeah, we're there. We're already there.
Johnny, as you can see here on camera, I have our vidya ready. See if we can make it even better.
All right. I love it.
That's
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Off us. There we go.
That's even better. Yeah.
Get me a little more centered here on camera.
Yeah, it's all about you. Let's get to
Yeah,
all about you.
I'm the star.
I know this. Everybody knows this.
So there's your situation. Let me get our remote controls out of the way. It's, some house cleaning. We've got a lot of crap going on here. So we've got 7 names here. Justin Rose, Tommy Fleetwood, Corey Connors, Aaron Rai, Ricky Fowler, Scottie Scheffler, Russell Henley.
So who did you say you're going out on a limb? Which one? Ricky?
Well, we've got some pretty long odds. Ricky Fowler's a 70-1 to win. Aaron Rai's 100-1 to win. Corey Connors is 80-1 to win.
That's fair. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean I know Fleetwood, Rose, and Henley are 22, 24, and 28 to 1. Obviously, Scotty's 3-1, and that's again. I went pretty diverse here, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I like.
I drew these names sort of. I picked them randomly.
Your lines are crooked. Your lines are crooked.
Of course, they're crooked. What am I, a draftsman? I didn't hire someone out to do the lines. I mean, that's not in the budget. Next time I will, and I'll send you the
meticulous
bill.
as you are on petty shit. That
That doesn't even. How does that? That doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it looks like trash.
I thought it did pretty good. I did it all freehand, man.
You spelled Rose wrong.
ROSE. I spelled Rose wrong. How is Rose spelled wrong? ROSE.
I know a Rose.
Me.
I know a Rose with 2 E's.
Well, that's Rose. That's not Rose.
No,
she's lying to you.
Yeah, my fault. My fault. I apologize. I guess that's not my Valentine's date.
No, you need to stop talking to her right now and
thank you.
Give her my number. All right. So again, I only have a top 10, a top 20, and a winner.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do is say, all right, Johnny, we won't have to get an order. We go in any order you want. You tell me what the first spin represents.
Top 20.
So top 20, as we go backwards for the spin for
spin the wheel, Vanna.
Wheel of Misfortune picks. As we have the great Canadian Corey Connors in my top 20.
This is actually really good.
I
think the wheel's best picking this shit than you are.
He has plus 230 for the top 20.
Great pick.
A lot of value there. All right. What's the next one?
Top 10.
Top 10.
Dickie Fowler. Rose with 2 E's.
Scottie Scheffler.
Well, that's way going out on a limb, but it makes sense. I mean, he hasn't finished out of the top 10 since 1916.
He is minus 250 for my top 10.
That's it? That's pretty good. Oh, well, it's better than picking him to win. You can make
top 20, he was minus 650. So minus 250 for my top. All right, so that means the winner is the third spin here, Johnny. We've got Henley, Rose, Fleetwood, Rye, and Fowler left.
Okay.
All right.
Don't fall over.
It's drunk like I am.
Cocktails are good.
How about Tommy Fleetwood for the win, Johnny?
You couldn't pick on your own better picks than the wheel. There's no chance you could have done that.
You don't think so?
No way in hell. That's pretty good.
We have
pretty good.
Top or winner is Tommy Fleetwood.
Was he 28?
At 22 to 1.
Okay.
Top 10 is Scottie Scheffler. Idiot. I got to cheer for Scottie Scheffler somehow. At minus 250, and that makes my top 20 was Corey Connors.
That's great. That's a great value.
At
Corey
plus
Connors.
230.
One of the best iron players on the PGA Tour. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
There's the first edition of Tim's.
Oh, see, Scheffler's minus 250, not plus 2. You said plus 250.
No, I didn't. I said minus.
No, you said plus.
You're hearing. It's not Halloween yet. You can't hear things.
No, you
never a
said plus.
good value when there's a minus.
I know. I'm just saying. That's why I said you got him at plus 250. I was like, where did you get that at?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, minus 250.
That's
So,
trash.
well, you did it, not me.
Trash.
So anyway, we'll follow along with those, and we'll follow up, see how the wheel is to me, see how Johnny is to me. And I don't know really that in any other place any of those would have gone any better. You know, I think where Johnny's got them is probably just about right, to be quite honest with you. But now what that all means is that it's time to get something that has some importance, if in fact there is anything. Because, boys and girls, it's time for everybody's favorite segment on From the Rough, maybe to be overtaken soon by the wheel segment.
Never.
Because it's time for Johnny's winning picks.
This is where we make real money. 4 weeks, last 4 weeks, this is our fifth PGA tournament. We've made money profit every single week, plus 770 for the year. Could have had a monster week last week. We with 2 holes left, we had almost clean sweep the card. Both top 20s, both top 10s, and the winner. Unfortunately, that's just how hard golf betting is. With 2 holes left, and in 30 minutes, I went from the penthouse to the first floor. It was brutal to watch this. But again, profit, grind it out. Plus 770 on the year. We did lose the outright, our matchups. So we're 1-3-1 on matchups. So listen, we're extremely transparent when it comes to all these. Plus 770 for the year, 1-3-1 matchup. Listen, everyone knows we're going to catch up on our matchups. That's our bread and butter. It's just the way it is. But I love this card this week. If you look at short field, 80-man field, we'll go through it. Siwoo Kim, 25 to 1. We've talked about this earlier. Why do I like him? One of the best iron players on the PGA Tour. I think the equalizer is everybody's going to struggle on these greens. So Siwoo's just going to be in that melting pot of people that struggle. Love him. Listen, I just really do. I think this is the spot. I think the Pro-Am format the first 2 days is going to help him. Love it. Maverick McNeely, 33 to 1. Maverick McNeely knows this golf course better than anybody on the PGA Tour. He lived on the 16th hole growing up. He used to hustle golf balls, stealing golf balls, from my understanding, and selling them back to the people. He got kicked off 1,000,000 times. He's a California guy. He played at Stanford. Love him at 33 to 1. I think the format's going to help him. Michael Thornbjornsson, again, 35 to 1. He's from New England. Put it on Poe. Went to Stanford, Northern California. Again, look at the trend here. Northern California guys using this type of grass, using kind of the nuances of Pebble Beach. Northern California golf, 35 to 1. I love this guy's hot too. Both McNeely, all three of these guys winners. That I picked for the winners. They're coming in with really good form, and you can't fake it around Pebble, especially around Spyglass.
Yeah.
Ham Sandwich picked Michael Kim, 90 to 1. Played golf at Cal. Coming into great form. I think him being in this format, the social media, he's probably a bigger name on social media than he does on the PGA Tour. This will help him. 90 to 1, coming into pretty good form. I just thought there was great value there. Listen, can he win? Yeah, he's won on the PGA Tour. This is a good spot for him. 2 top 10s, Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland won the U.S. Amateur at Pebble Beach. Plus 260 is good value. I think even though he did win Valspar last year, I think there's him coming into some confidence, knowing he can play here. He's played better the last few weeks, so I think it's a bounce back year for Victor Hovland. It's hard to say that, even though he did win last year on the PGA Tour. I think he's going to get a bad rap for obviously withdrawing from the Ryder Cup. You still have that in your mind, right? So, listen, I like him. This is a get right week for Victor Hovland. Loving it, 260. You want to talk about value? Kevin Yu, if you could continue to Kevin Value is what I'm going to call him. Value, that's what it is. Plus 1,100. Our sources have told us, if you watched the show about 3 weeks ago with Curtis Thompson on it, Curtis Thompson said he's one of the best ball strikers on the PGA Tour. Playing with him on the PGA Tour, I'm going to take Curtis's advice this week. Coming into some pretty good form, but I thought that number plus 1,100 to finish in the top 10 was great, especially with an 80-person field. And the way he's coming in, I like him a lot. 2 top 20s, Tom Hoge plus 280 and Ryan Fox plus 320. Past winner, Tom Hoge of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Had an awful year last year, but he played well in the last few events. So I think, one of the best ball strikers iron-wise on the PGA Tour. I think there's value. I think him knowing the golf course, especially Pebble, as quirky as it is, I think it's a great pick and some good value at plus 280. And Ryan Fox plus 320. Ryan Fox is a guy, listen, if he gets off to a start, he's a guy that can dominate a golf course. Plays very well in shitty weather. Plays very well on long golf courses. If he gets off to a start at Spyglass, that's going to help him because he's one of the longer hitters out there, can shoot in the 60s. You look at a guy right there that potentially can contend. And I think, again, big deal when I say format is going to help a lot of guys. This is a guy certainly will help in Ryan Fox. I love him at 320.
How about that? And if you guys need a rundown of that, obviously you can pause the video if you're watching on video. But we published that earlier this morning over at fanstreamsports.com. Just head to the news headlines section up there at the top, and I wrote a whole preview article around the picks and everything else for the Pebble Beach. Give you everything you need to know about what's coming up. So you can go find it over there. You can find it on all of our social medias and things like that. I think Johnny posts the actual image on Against My Wishes over on Instagram. So you can go find it for free.
Okay, my fault.
Because it's his show, and that's just what he does.
I'm glad you admit that. Thank you.
That's what I do. All right, boys and girls, that's going to wrap things up for us for this Wednesday preview of the Pebble Beach. We will be back on Monday with a recap. Johnny, are you going to be on the show? Are you going to partake of your own show, or do I got to carry things again for you? Or
we'll think about maybe doing something Friday. You want to jump in and do a little impromptu Friday? Yeah.
Be drunk Friday.
As opposed to any other day.
This is true.
Yeah.
So maybe Friday. Look for us on Friday. We'll have social media. Just follow. Make sure you're following us on social media at From the Rough PGA, at Jay Gerber PGA Pro, at IndyCarTim. By the way, I need to get to aviation through a couple of comments in here again. He asked you a question, Johnny. My guy Tom Hoge. Does he have any value here this week? $10 wins 2,100.
I like him in a different spot at that +2, but at that top 20, just because of the form. I think he has an advantage. Obviously, the past winner knows the greens. I just don't like his coming off of last year. I just don't like his form. He's playing better. So to win, that's a kind of a different element when your form is not great at Pebble Beach. Yeah. So top 20 is where we put him.
He also mentioned for an 80-man field, there's a ton of value here.
Yep.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
Lucas Glover and Tom Hoge, two similar games with spotty putters. I like both those guys. I'm kind of wishing good things for both those guys this year.
It's not a great golf course, even though Lucas has played solid. Pebble's not a great golf course for him. He likes to draw the golf ball. Pebble Beach is set up for a guy that likes to fade it a little bit better. So he's had some success there, Lucas, but Lucas has had success there when he's been on a great run like last year, the year before.
Right.
But how he hits the golf ball isn't the greatest place for him. But not terrible. If you want to maybe place him in the top 20, that's not terrible either.
He also says there's a ton of juice in the odds this week, even with it being an 80-man field. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of variables too with the weather and, in the Pro-Am format.
Yep. Hey, thanks to Aviation for popping in and participating in the show. Everybody can do that. If you are not watching the live show, but if you are listening to the recorded podcast, write down or put this number in your phone, 214-937-0569. That is our studio chat line. It is open 24/7. So if you're listening to the podcast and you're like, what? I got to say this to those guys, idiots. Right. Just text that number and make sure you tell us who you are and where you're from, and then make your point. And if it's good, even if it's not, we might put it on the show for next week.
If you stump me and you have a great point and I can't answer it to your ability, we'll send you a FanStream Sports t-shirt.
Wow, that would be a first, man. I'm telling you right now. Try to stump Johnny.
Can't
stump Johnny.
Nope.
Unless it's about music.
Yeah, there's no stumping there. You win. It doesn't matter. You win.
He doesn't even try that.
No trying.
Doesn't even try. All right, maybe Friday, if Johnny can talk me into a weekend preview after the cut line's done, we'd probably come on, I'm guessing, around 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern if we do that. Look for the matchups. We will have those for you this weekend on our social medias, Facebook, X, Instagram, and then, of course, on the website at fanstreamsports.com. Everything is always live and on demand at fanstreamsports.com, either Dallas, Tampa Bay, Ohio, or the Carolinas, all at fanstreamsports.com all the time. We will be back when we're back. We appreciate everybody that made this one possible, including OrionGolf.com. Go check those boys out if you can. Until next time, Johnny, y'all keep hitting them straight.